All right, as promised, we're back for exercise of the week number 18, which is going to be the abdominal crunch. Now, we mentioned in the last video that we really want to go through a couple of different exercises with you to make sure you understand proper form on various types of abdominal crunches. If you don't know how to do them right, to be honest, they're almost more detrimental than they are good for you. So we want to make sure you are very aware of a couple of key components that will not only maximize the results you get from your abdominal crunches, but more importantly, increase muscular efficiency and limit the potential for injury during the exercises. All right, we want to take you through 3 different abdominal exercises. The first one is your just traditional abdominal crunch. Notice the starting position that Josh and Lauren have. The hands are behind the head, elbows all the way back, just looking straight up in the air so the chin's off the chest. Now, as they start the motion, notice that the form stays the same. So as they begin the crunch, the elbows come up off the floor, the shoulders come up off the floor, then they lower it back down, but they're not yanking on the neck. They're not bringing the elbows forward. Keeping your upper back straight by keeping the elbows back and the chin off the chest forces you to get maximum contraction of the abdominal wall. Now conversely, 2 traditional errors that we see are pulling the elbows forward and yanking on the neck. This actually takes away from the amount of intensity of the contraction within the abdominals, because now you're mimicking the motion that should be accomplished by tightening the abs as hard as you can by pulling forward on the neck. Not only is it dangerous on the spine, but the results that you get will be significantly less than using proper form. All right, the second abdominal exercise to cover is the toe touch. In the toe touches, with both legs straight up in the air, thighs tight and the toes pulled down, the objective is that you want to try and keep your feet directly over top of your hips. Now, reach up with your hands, but try and maintain similar form to the abdominal crunch where you're not pulling the head too far forward by trying to look straight up in the air the whole time. And then return all the way to the starting position each time. Make sure the head and shoulders come all the way back down to the floor. Notice the speed these guys have. They're not going out of control. Momentum is not taking over at any point, thus forcing them to have to use the abdominal wall throughout the entire motion. Now, common errors that we see on this one of them is just the speed. People will typically go way too fast. They'll just crunch up and down, not come all the way down each time. Another common one is they'll pull their feet too far towards their head, meaning that very little crunch is involved in the actual exercise. Okay, last one for today, we want to go over one of the more advanced moves. Let's do a partner medicine ball full sit-up. Okay, the key on this is some of the things that we've already discussed in regards to making sure that you are not pulling the neck forward. You don't want to pull the elbows way out in front of you. So with the medicine ball, Josh is going to start off. He'll crunch all the way up. Lauren will come up at the same time. The medicine ball needs to be passed directly over the feet. Really try and time it with your partner so you're going at the same speed. Now there's 2 ways to do this. Notice how Josh is keeping the medicine ball over his shoulders and over his face, whereas Lauren will take the medicine ball and go all the way back over his head. It's a little more advanced if you have your hands going all the way back over your head, as this will put more pressure into the lumbar spine. But again, with all abdominal exercises, speed might be the most important component. You need to make sure you're going at a speed that you can maintain. With any abdominal exercise, never compromise the integrity of your lower back. Don't have poor form. It's not worth the risk of damaging anything in the body just for minimal results that you would get from improper form. Take the time to do it right. It's true of all exercises, especially in the weight room, anything that you're going to do, but with the abdominal crunches, don't mess around. Either do them right or don't do them at all. The last one before we give you the next exercise of the week workout is going to be one of the all-time classics, exercise of the week number 19, the wall sit.